In our last video, we covered uploading your book to KDP and Ingram Sparks, the legacy indie publishing way. If you followed along, your book is now on pre-order, and we did enter quite a bit of the metadata and categories for your book. If you watched the video, though, you saw that we only selected 2 categories for your book for both KDP and Ingram Sparks because that's what they allow through their upload interface. However, metadata and categories goes much deeper than that. I mentioned that we would need our own video to cover metadata and categories, so here that video is. Metadata is the information about your book other than the story or the content of your book. This includes things like title, subtitle, author, contributor, ISBN, trim size, page count, descriptions, keywords, categories, and much more. Booksellers, online book retailers, libraries use the category and BISAC codes to place your book correctly on the shelves in their store. That is used throughout the industry. It has been for decades, so you need to understand how to use those codes and categories and metadata as an indie author. If you completed the tasks in the last video, now you have your book on pre-order on Amazon. You have both the paperback and the Kindle listed there. So you can search for your book by title and author name, pull up the sales page, and you can see the cover, the title, author, subtitle, description, basically all of the information that shoppers will see and use to decide on whether to purchase your book or not. However, if you scroll down, you'll see something called product details. This isn't going to be of interest to readers, but it is of interest to you as the author. This information is publisher, ISBN, page count, and in particular, the categories. You'll see the top categories that your book is listed in, and you'll see links. You'll also see your sales rank for your book in that category. Now, since you've probably just listed your book and it's on pre-order, it's not even available to the public, your sales rank will probably be quite low. However, once we launch your book, that's going to rise and rise, and I will show you how to get to number 1 in those categories. But for now, what I want you to do is drill down into those categories by clicking the link. When you click the link, you're going to go to the best sellers in that category, and it will be listed. You'll see the titles in a grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Here, you can see which books are selling the best in the categories, in the top categories that your book shares with it. And you can drill down even further by clicking on a book in the top 10 and looking at its sales page and its product details to see what other categories it's listed in. We're going to use some software tools to strategically place your book in the best category so that you can reach number 1. But first, let's talk a little bit about the difference between BISAC codes and Amazon categories. So BISAC codes stands for Book Industry Standards and Communication Codes. BISAC codes are primarily used by libraries to catalog your book in their card catalogs, which are databases now. They're on computers. Likewise, booksellers use those codes to place their books and inventory their books. These are genres and topics, and Amazon based their Amazon categories on these BISAC codes originally, but they have expanded this taxonomy greatly to accommodate their millions of books that they have on sale. You can choose BISAC codes from the Amazon categories if, like, your priority is bookstores and libraries. As indie authors, we have less focus on the brick and mortar world of our books, although as legacy indie publishers, we are really going to talk a lot about broadening our reach to those typically traditional outlets for books. The tools that you can use to understand categories, to see all of the categories listed, and to explore strategies for getting your book ranking high on search engine result pages and in display ads are Publisher Rocket and K-Lytics. There are more, but these are the two top software packages for this type of data analysis. I personally use Publisher Rocket. I use Publisher Rocket because I am a data geek, but I'm not like gonzo about it, and K-Lytics is really data intensive. Publisher Rocket's just about right for the type of indie author that I am. Now, Publisher Rocket has other modules for keywords and AMS or Amazon ads, but we're going to look at category strategies today. So hopefully you made some notes when you were exploring the categories on Amazon in which your book is placed or in which you hope your book will be placed. And you can use those categories here in Publisher Rocket. Type in the category that you found on Amazon, and it will show you the whole taxonomy. You can drill into it and see trends for that particular category and genre. More importantly, you can see its sales rank. So you can see how many books you need to sell to rank number 1 in that category and in the top 10 in that category, as well as a competition score. An important thing to note about these categories is that although you can only select 2 in KDP Bookshelf and in Ingram Sparks, you can actually place your book into 10 on Amazon. You can't do it through the KDP interface. You actually have to email customer service. You'll get a message back within 72 hours telling you that your book's been placed in those categories. You want to make sure that your categories are highly relevant to your book so that it will come up and search properly. You want to find the category with the lowest competition, meaning the lowest number of books you have to sell to reach the top 10 or the number 1 in the category. So this is an art and a science, and it takes some finessing, but I know you can figure it out. You also need to keep up to date on trends and update your keywords through KDP and your categories through customer service, making sure that you're adjusting all the time. So I'm showing you here a category that only takes 2 books to reach number 1. In microscopy, which is the use of microscopes. I don't think anybody watching this video has written a book about microscopes, but if you have, please comment below. I'd love to know about it. However, this is often used as an example. So in this example, to be able to send the correct path to Amazon customer service, you would need to write out the entire thing, and it would be books, science and math, experiments, instruments, measurements, microscope, microscopy. So this is going to take a little bit of notebook scribbling. You're going to need to, explore, write down these paths or mark them in Publisher Rocket, drill down into the categories on Amazon. So you can click a link actually on Publisher Rocket. It will take you to that grid that has the bestsellers in that category. Go back and forth, look at books that are similar to yours or that you want placed alongside yours, etc. And then you're going to write down 10 of those paths. There is actually a template in the customer service email area. So you can actually just select that you want to select your categories, and it will give you, it will ask for your ASIN, your ISBN, and those paths. If you have any questions about this, please ask me. If you have questions about anything about indie publishing, in particular, this week we're covering uploads and metadata and categories. So I'd love to get some questions about those. I'll post the answers in Indie Answers on YouTube Shorts. Also, please don't forget to visit my website, kittyturner.media. There you can purchase a pre-order of my book Zone Trip coming out August 8th. Make sure to subscribe. Next week, we're going to be diving into press releases and press kits. So a real juicy topic. I'm sure you're going to want to watch those videos. Make sure to share this video with other indie author friends. We're building up our community and our careers as indie authors. It's not easy, but it is worthwhile. Thank you so much for staying till the end, and I'll see you guys in the next video.